Okay, hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I'm starting this video over for the second time because I had an interruption earlier and it was what it was. So I'm missing a whip, 2 whips that I'm gonna have to go and get. So since my last Flosstube, I've worked on a lot of stuff. But before I get into that, my name is Amy. Welcome back to my channel. This is a crafting channel, mostly about cross stitch and diamond painting. But I also do some sewing sometimes and some crochet and whatever else tickles my fancy. My head's cutting off, that's okay. Yeah, this past whatever has been really crazy. It's been a hot minute since I've done a Flosstube, and I think I've gained weight since the last time, but we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, I don't know yet. It's one of those things. I don't have any makeup on. This whole mask wearing thing is something else. I don't mind it. I wear my mask like a good citizen because I don't want to get germs on me and I don't want to spread my germs to anybody else in case I'm some kind of carrier or whatever. But I've been breaking out so bad, and look, you can see it. I already have acne as it is, and the mask, I sweat so much right here, and I'm washing my masks like I'm supposed to because I don't want to pay $50 for a pack of medical masks, and it is what it is. I'm just breaking out a ton, and so I've been trying to keep the makeup situation to a minimum so that I don't cause further breakouts, and it's just been a hot mess. So since I saw you guys last time, I did touch several projects. We're going to talk about that. I do have, oh, I brought one of the, did I put that in the wrong, is this the wrong whip? I think I have the wrong whip. No, I don't. That's the right whip. I touched several projects. I think what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get as much stitching done as I can right now, because in 9 days, no, 11 days, school starts for my kids, and it's all online school, you guys. Ugh. Okay, I'm not a teacher. I didn't want to be a teacher. I'm not going to school to be a teacher. I don't homeschool my kids, and I still go to school myself, and I'm supposed to also be on campus, but since we're not, and we're doing all online, I don't particularly mind it for myself. But being that I have my curriculum, my incoming freshman and 9th grade curriculum for my son, 3rd grade and 1st grade, I will have 4 different curriculums that I need to maintain. I don't know if I can do it, you guys. Last semester was a freaking mess. Okay, so the light is going to be something else. I hope my hands aren't dirty because I just started the charcoal. It's one of those times. Anyway, the school thing, that's a whole nother stressor. But I'm going to try to condense this version down and keep a lot of the chit-chatty out because I got a lot of other stuff to show you guys. So July was a no buy, no new start July, and I did it. The only thing that I did buy was, aside from my monthly subscriptions, I bought the Halloween Just Cross Stitch 2020 issue, and it never showed up. I don't know what to do. I got a shipping notification that it shipped, and the Etsy shop has 5 stars. She's a cross stitch shop, and her the tracking number shows that the label was created on the 14th, and that it was scanned into the post office on the 15th, and then it shows that it left the facility, and then it appears to have been scanned back into her facility on the 18th or 19th, and then it doesn't show that it left. It just says arriving late. It's coming from Florida. Doesn't appear to have ever left Florida, so I'm not sure what to do about that. I honestly think I'm just going to place an order at 123 Stitch and tack that on there, but I might have just lost 10 bucks because I know that it's not her fault, and I don't know what to do about that. So if you guys have some advice, I'd love to hear it. In the meantime, let's do the whips first. So I worked on a lot of shit. So let's see. Let me get the one other. I'm pretty sure this is all the whips. So a couple of weeks ago, we went to El Paso because my husband wanted to do something nice for my father-in-law. And so when we went, my husband, by some miracle, drove. That's probably why we're in a monsoon season now, because sometimes we don't have monsoon and sometimes we do. And it happened after that trip, probably because he drove. So we went to El Paso. Do I have a photo? Oh yeah. So I took this whip with me. This is Emily's house. I had to check what that was. I think it's just the wind because it's really windy. So this is Emily's house by Lindy Stitches, and I took this whip with me. I love the pattern and I love everything about it. I'm just not happy with the blue. Look at how beautiful that looks. And then look at mine, it's so freaking dark. So this is the top. I started in the top in the center, I think. Yeah, pretty sure I started in the center, and I'm working my way out to the corner here. So that's what I have. I think I had like 1.5 plants done, and then got like another 1.5 done with some of the vine. I didn't get a ton of stitching done because it wasn't all that long. He was out there for like 5 minutes, Ev. Cause he's a butthead. He didn't want to. He didn't want to come in. He actually came in when I opened the door. So that's how far I got. Not all done. I didn't stitch too much on the way back because it was getting a little bit darker. The windows were tinted, and it was just a little too dark. It's gonna get darker and darker because I keep getting interrupted. It's one of those. So something else that I briefly worked on was, I only worked on this one day. I worked on Electra from Mirabilia. This is part of her Bewitching Pixies collection. I worked on this either yesterday or the day before, which was still in July. I didn't get much done. I started this during Stitch Mania, and this is all I have. I started in the bottom corner down here, and before I started stitching yesterday, I had about this much done on this side, and then I got all of this done last night or the night before, whenever I did it, and it's just all in 310, so it's kind of hard to see. But now I'm starting to get to where like the spirals in her dress and the designs in her dress are coming into it, and so it's getting I had to pick a path to do, and I chose to stay at the bottom. So that's coming along. Yeah, I love Mirabilia designs. I just wish I had more time to do them because they look amazing. And this one, I'm doing this. Hold on, I need to back up. I always do this. So Emily's house, I am stitching on something. Where's the thingy? And now I can't, there it is. I'm stitching this on a piece of 18 count mummy from Bestitch Me, and it is Ada. I am an Ada stitcher. I prefer to stitch on Ada because I like the way the floss goes in and the way it sits on the Ada. I don't like linen. I will stitch on it if I have to. Not even if I have to, if I feel like I need to stitch on linen, then I will. And other than that, I'm typically stitching on Ada, but I also really enjoy Lugana and Joblin too. I just don't enjoy the prices. So this is stitched on a piece of fabric I got off of D-Stash by Dying for Cross Stitch by Kathy Davidson. It's easier to get this on D-Stash than it is in her group. You're better off waiting for somebody to D-Stash some of it. This says it's a piece of ice dyed 16 count Ada is what I'm stitching this on, and there is no color name to it. I can fit 2 pixies on this, and That's why I chose this one, because one of them is going to be on this side where it's more purple, and then I still have this other side here where it's more green and blue. So it'll essentially look like two different pieces of fabric were used to stitch the pixies, and I like that because I hope to be able to do several of the pixies. I have two of them on the go. I have Electra and Gwen so far. So there's those two. Then I thought my husband was coming in. I was talking to the neighbor. Then I also stitched on Magic Study by Heaven and Earth Designs. I didn't start this in July. I started it in June. So I need to put that on here. My mom got me this one for my birthday, and I am starting here in the top right corner. This is, they say this is a hate. This is Heaven and Earth Designs. The artist is Rose Kahn. Yeah. And of course it's charted by Michelle. And don't mind my copies all jalopy. But I worked on this for several days, and I got several hundred stitches in this. And I'm not even 0.5% done, but this is the top right corner. And just about everything here is done. I'm missing one stitch here at the top because I don't have that color. And then all of these stitches are done. All at one. These 4 blocks in the center are 100% done. And then these 2 I'm missing here. So I've got about 1,000 stitches on this, if not more. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, I've got more than 1,000 stitches. I did most of it. This 400 column right here, that I had pretty much had that whole entire thing done before I started, and I did all of the rest of the surrounding, which just, it looked like this basically. So, and these are threads that are they're not parked, they need to be ended. I did not do any parking on this one. I was just cutting because I didn't feel like dealing with it. And the rest of this bag is all of the floss for it. It's got a bunch. Sorry, I was checking the score of the Cubs game. It's the top of the 6th. And the Cubs are winning, in case you were wondering. So, my kids are running around. I don't know why. I don't know. Kids are kids. And then, what else did I work on? We'll talk about that later. I also worked a ton at the beginning of July. Oh no, what fell? Floss. On my linen and threads. I have finished 2 full skeins of this, and I am on my 3rd skein of this. I have finished January and February. All of this is complete. I am not going to take it off the Q-snap because this piece of fabric is freaking huge, and I'm doing it on a piece of 28 count even weave, which is the same as 14 count, because I'm doing it 2/2, and I don't know why I did that. I honestly don't know why I did that, because this is a big piece of this. So I am down here in March, and I have got more than half of this big motif done here, and then I have these 2 smaller motifs to do, and I'll show you that motif. I don't know if I took if I have a picture of what it looks like out of the Q-snap, I'll put it here, because I feel like when I adjusted it to start working on this that I moved the Q-snap, but that I took a picture of it when I took it out, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'll go back and check. But that's what it looks like on here. You can see the end of February here, and then all of the March motif here. So I'm more than half. This is the halfway point for the March motif, and almost done with that. And then I've got the 2 smaller ones on the bottom, and then that's the bottom of the design. So I'm happy to finally be moving over, because there's so much fabric on this side that I'm having a hard time keeping it inside of the Q-snap and putting it on my frame, because it's so bulky and weird. So I'll be happy to have more of this fabric distributed evenly. And then I had to put a cover on it because I was getting it dirty. Thank God it was on the opposite side of where the stitching is going to be, because there's going to be a lot of white space in this. I don't know why I chose to use a white fabric on this. I don't know why. I think it was because I already had it, to be completely honest, and I didn't feel like purchasing a piece of fabric for it. I haven't worked on this in about 2 weeks. I worked on it very steadily in the first 2 weeks of July, and then I stopped. so there is that. I'm still missing a whip. Actually, I need to go get another whip. So this month, I worked on this for a couple of days as well. Not quite a week, I don't think. But I worked on Curious Mermaid from Autumn Lane Stitchery. And don't mind my freaking jalopy ass papers. They get all crumpled and stupid. So this is what I'm working on from Autumn Lane Stitchery. And I did purchase their cell. I don't know if I purchased it in July. Whenever they came out with it, that's the only thing I purchased. Oops. The Just Cross Stitch and that cell that they have coming out. I'm pretty sure. I completely forgot about that. But because I was afraid that by the time July was over, if they decided to stop selling it, that I wouldn't be able to get it. And I don't want to miss out. Okay, folks, we're back. And you're going to have a pretty good glare. My eyes are even glaring off the back of my lenses. Let me close this one and see if it's not so glary. Hopefully that worked. It worked a little bit. So you guys, this quarantine 15 is real. I didn't gain 15 pounds, but I gained several pounds. I just can't with myself right now. I have something in my hair. No, I put dry shampoo in it and it still feels a little whatever. All right. So as I was saying, the Autumn Lane Stitchery. So the needle minders. Oh, I had them in my cart. And then at the last minute, I started checking out and you said, you know what, I better not. I don't need them. I have plenty of needle minders. It is what it is. Plus they were expensive. I think they were $10 each. It was going to be $20 for both. And $10, oh no, I spilled some coffee. I need to put my damn coaster down. My mom sent me a message right now. This is my favorite coffee mug. Yeah, $10 for a needle minder is quite pricey, which is part of the reason why I haven't decided to sell needle minders. I bought a whole bunch of them, made a whole bunch of them, which is why I have a lot of needle minders. Let me see. This is one of the ones that I made right here before I show you guys my progress. This SpongeBob one. But the needle minders, I mean, I understand why they're so expensive, but still, like, that doesn't necessarily mean that I want to pay $10 for a needle minder. And I have some other stuff to show you guys anyway about needle minders. So yeah, I didn't get the needle minders. I figured, you know what, I just don't need to. They're gorgeous, don't get me wrong. They're beautiful. So Curious Mermaid, this is where I've gotten on her. And I guess I could take it out of the Q stand because this is an easier one to take out and put back in compared to some other ones, because the fabric's not incredibly gigantic. Plus it's Joblin, so it's very easy to use. Let me have something in my eye. This is stitched on 28 count Joblin. The color is called Lichen or Lishin. I don't know how she is pronouncing it, but this is from the Crafty Kitten, one of the few pieces I do have from her, and this is my progress on there. I did a center start at the top and made my way to the right and did everything right here is done. And then you can see, oh no, I still need to stitch in some of the shell here. Can you see? Yeah. And then I got the fish up until this point anyway. I don't think it's quite a page finish, but almost. And then I started coming down to the bottom. This is the bottom here, so there's not going to be anything lower than that shell. Across here it'll be pretty even with that. I haven't done any of the other shade. I've been just focusing on the Bejeweled. So I did a color conversion for this because you're supposed to use, I believe it's 939. Yeah, you're supposed to use 939 and I am not. I am using Classic Colorworks Bejeweled, because I think it looks a lot better. So this is what I'm using. I think this is still my first skein. I should have another skein in here. Oh no, I've used up a whole skein already. This is my second skein of Bejeweled. Oh, Classic Colorworks, their floss is only in 5-yard increments, which is why I'm blowing through that like crazy. I have another skein of Bejeweled in my Classic Colorworks collection over there, and I'm probably going to need to order 2 more because this Bejeweled comes up all the way on this side too. And so I'm probably going to, I've used almost 2 whole skeins just in that section, and it's all across the bottom still. So I swapped it out because I thought that it was too dark. So this kind of dark teal color on this side is all Bejeweled, and I changed it out because that was supposed to be 939, and I didn't think that the contrast was going to be what I wanted it to be. If you put 939 in here, it doesn't look like this. Maybe against that fabric it does, but I'm not using that fabric, and so I thought as soon as I saw Bejeweled, I got it because it was called for in another pattern, and I just knew. I already had this pattern, but I hadn't kitted it up yet. I just knew that I was going to swap that immediately as soon as I saw it because I love the way that it looked. So that's what that looks like. This, I worked on this for several days, and I'm itching to get back to it. I just love this pattern so much, and I love stitching on this Joblin too. Joblin and Luana are my favorite to stitch on. So I didn't stitch last night. I pulled out the linen and thread cell, but I didn't end up stitching it all. We just watched movies. So then yesterday, which was August 1st, because I went the whole month with no new starts and essentially a no buy. Like I said, I purchased the one pattern from Autumn Lane Stitchery, and I purchased the Halloween issue of Just Cross Stitch, and that was it. No other patterns, at least as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure. So I rewarded myself with a new start, and that new start was Mini Heaven's Window. The artist is Andy Russell, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Love it. It's just, I love Andy Russell. We recently got a licensing agreement with him for diamond paintings, so I'm very excited about that. And this is my start on that. I think it's about 500 stitches, a little less. I think it was 400 and some, almost 500. It does not look like it, I know, but this right here is 100 stitches alone, just this box, because that box is almost all complete. I think there's the 1 stitch in that box, and I was working in these, I don't know, maybe 8 boxes here, so roughly within these 800 stitches, just because like these threads are parked, but I don't really like to park. If I'm gonna pull a thread, I will try to color complete the thread. And the reason these are parked is because they go, there wasn't enough stitches here, and they go out into the boxes that I wasn't doing any stitches in. So that's why I parked those. But for the most part, I try to color complete where I can. So that's how I like to stitch. This is stitched on 28 count even weave 2/1 tent stitch. No. This is 25 count Lugana. It's so similar. I got this piece off of D-Stash. So this is 25 count Lugana, and I'm still doing the tent stitch. So you can see here, there's a little bit of gapping, but once it's inside of here where the whole box is complete, there's essentially no gapping at all. And I think once this is done, because I'm stitching this in DMC, and once I give it a little wash, once I'm finished, I think it's going to be, it's going to fluff up the stitches just fine, and it's going to look perfect. I don't have the patience to do 1/1 stitching, so there's that. I will do it in like a Mirabilia because it's only on their faces for the most part, but I won't do it any other time. So there's that. And I honestly, I think that's it as far as whips go. Now, this haul is going to be all over the place, so I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm going to insert part of the haul that I pre-recorded probably a week and a half ago, maybe more. Actually, I think I showed these flosses here. I'm not sure. Maybe I showed them to you guys once before, but I'm not sure. I'm going to insert that here. and then I'll come back and continue with the haul, because I was planning on recording this video much sooner than I actually did. Go figure, right? So we're just gonna get right into it. The first thing that came is my fabric of the month from Stitch Me. So I'm actually still waiting for a bunch of stuff, not a bunch of stuff, but I'm still waiting for 2 more items from Stitch Me. I was hoping that she would just send them together, but it is what it is. So the fabric of the month, it doesn't say, I've noticed a lot of times she doesn't give the name of the fabric. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just lack of time or what it is, but this totally reminds me of Atlantis, which was the fabric of the month a couple of months ago as well. And I might actually pull it to see how close it is, because I don't know, I just want to see if it's the same thing, because I feel like it is so similar. So this is what it looks like. I currently get the Aida and the Even Weave, not the Aida Even Weave, what is it called? I get the Even Weave Club, and so what that means is that I get anything, either a 28 or a 32 count fabric, and this one, sometimes it's Lugana, sometimes it's Joblin, sometimes it's Even Weave. This one happens to be a piece of Lugana, and this one is a 32 count. So this one's gorgeous. I kind of think I might save this for the Autumn Lane Stitchery sale that's coming up in September, but I don't know yet. We'll see when that happens. Might not be dark enough. I'm not sure. Gotta wait for a floss toss and see, but I'm pretty sure I have fabric for it anyway. So yeah, there's my fabric of the month from Stitch Me. Guys, if you're not part of her fabric of the month, you need to be, because her fabrics are fantastic. So put that aside and throw that. So the next thing I received, and I have no idea how or why, but I'm gonna have to check. I'm pretty sure that I did not order this, but I don't know. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna put this on my desk. I got all of these silk flosses from AliExpress. Again, I don't know how or why. I did not order them. I did order, I showed some before that I did order, and I kind of think because for one of them, I sent them pictures because when it came in, it was all like frayed at one end, and I was gonna have to throw away a lot of the hank that they sent, and so I don't know. I guess they just sent this as replacements, and even still, I'm gonna have to angle you guys down more, because this is you can still see where the ends are quite like frayed up all together. I don't know, some of them aren't, some of them seem to be in relatively good shape, so I don't know why they sent this to me. I'm gonna check and make sure that I didn't accidentally order it. I don't believe that I did. So, and I can't even read the numbers that well that are on here. I think that says 237, but these are not DMC equivalents. These are the numbers that are on there. They just have this big color sheet and everything is numbered on it, and that's how you pick your numbers, but I'm like 99% sure these are not DMC equivalents either. I think that says 363. This is like a pale. No, it's not even pink. It's like an Aran color. You know, that color of yarn, like this beigey yarn. This olive green. 219. I couldn't even tell you where these came from because I'm not 100% sure. This is a gray. We've got another like a tanny gray color. We've got like an off-white. I don't even know what this one is. It's stuck in there. These are like Post-its or something. They're sticky. This is more yellow than anything, like a pale yellow. This is like an ivory. A dark gray. A light brown. See, this one looks to be in relatively good shape. You can still see a little bit on the bottom where it looks a little bit frayed, but still be usable. This doesn't look black. This looks like a very dark brown. Similar to maybe like, is it 3371? And then look, I don't know what this is, if that's what they use to dye it or something. I don't know. That's a super dark brown. I think you can tell from the thing. This also does not look black either. This also looks like another brown. It could be black, but it does not look brown. Like, this is black. These do not look black at all. Like, in the slightest. You can tell this one's brown, and this one looks like a deep brown black color. I don't know. And then this lavender. They're kind of washing out a little bit because the sun is on this side, but when they're laying here, they're pretty true to color like that. So I don't know. I don't think these are bright enough for what I was looking for silks for, because the Universal Monster cell that I had from the Witchy Stitcher was what I wanted the silks for, and that's why I was testing out a bunch of different companies, because she has an Egyptian room, which I think is supposed to be like King Tut, and there's a sarcophagus, and I wanted to do the entire sarcophagus in some silk so that it really stuck out and looked elegant on the fabric. And so that's why I was looking for silks, but I don't think any of these colors match, which is why I know I didn't order them, because I wouldn't have ordered the browns, because these all seem to be a lot of neutral colors. I don't know. So I'm gonna leave these on my desk so I can figure out what the hell those are. And then you guys already saw this. By the time this video goes up, you'll have seen my thread and bead pack from the European Cross Stitch Company for Medieval Town. So I'm not going to open this and show you guys because there's a whole video on this. But yeah, that's for my chatelaine. And one day I will start that. Okay, then we also have, what is this? Oh, okay. You guys, this package. Oh my gosh, let me tell you this package. This package just went all over the place, went to the wrong address. I don't know what happened, but the address mixed up my current address with a previous address that I lived at like 5 years ago. So the numbers, because I had this delivered to my house, the numbers were correct to go to this current address, but the street address, the street name wasn't. I have no idea how that happened because, like I said, I haven't lived there in over 5 years. No idea. Yeah, it's in the same town. So the post office, I went to the address that was on there because I thought, it's been a couple of days, like, that it shipped. Why isn't it here yet? And so I went to the address on file. Let me get my coffee. Not on file, but I went to the address that was on the invoice, and I was like, shit. I ordered this from 1884 Stitcher, and so I sent McKenna an email. I was like, hey, this went to the wrong address. What can I do? I'm sure her customer service is great any other time, but she had no help for me, which I was kind of irritated about. And I told her, like, hey, I think this package is lost. I couldn't find it because the address that it actually said it got delivered to is non-existent. So I could not find the package. I went to a couple of different homes where the numbers matched or looked like they might have gotten switched, and nobody had the package. And so I emailed McKenna. First, she sent this in a priority shipping thing. I paid $3.75 for shipping, so I didn't know that she was going to send it priority, but she did. So when I emailed her, let her know, like, hey, I think this got lost. Like, what can we do? She didn't respond at all. A couple days went by and nothing at all. So knowing that this was sent priority, me as a business owner, I would have said, it got sent priority. Let me file a claim so that we can report it lost, and absolutely nothing. So I was kind of irritated at that aspect of customer service. But I do follow her on Instagram, and I think, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to order from her again. I don't know. I just have these weird business vibes from that company. It's just, I guess it's just my own personal thing. So anyway, this came priority. Nothing, like, she couldn't help me with the missing package, which I didn't, almost didn't expect her to, but as a business person, I would want to help somebody try to find their package. The package, I ended up calling the post office and they told me that they would try to see what they could do about finding the package. I told them that the address was completely wrong on the package and that there couldn't have been any confirmed delivery because that address actually does not exist. And so I told them, like, how do you deliver a package to an address that doesn't exist? That makes no sense. Like, how could you confirm it if it's, you know, not there? And so a couple of days went by and then my post office called me and they're like, hey, guess what? We found the package. But at this point, it had been like a week since it had been marked delivered and the time that they called me to tell me that they had it. And so, like, it was just a whole irritating freaking process. But the bottom line of that fucking 10-minute story was that I got the damn package. So McKenna had bought some stuff from a stitcher who passed away, and she was able to go and purchase her entire stash from my understanding. And she posted a bunch of partially done kits, and I was eyeing it for a couple of days, the website, until this one came up and I had to get it. So this is a partially done stitch from a Heaven and Earth Designs pattern called what is it? Some Enchanted Evening. So unfortunately this doesn't come with the chart because of the way Heaven and Earth Designs stuff is. She decided not to include the chart, and I think she even said that some of the sets that she acquired didn't have the charts with them anyway. So I still need to go and purchase this chart, but since I'm gonna know by July, I have not done so yet. But I have no reservations about doing that because I love Heaven and Earth Designs so much. So this is a story keep, which is what I think they call these ones that Heaven and Earth Designs does, of Some Enchanted Evening, which I have been wanting to get. I'm going to put a picture of it here and I'll include the artist name because right now the name is slipping me. I feel like I have some charts from him already and I can't, it's not coming to me, but it's a house and it's freaking gorgeous. So this is what they have done, and I was so freaking nervous about getting this, you guys, because I thought, oh my god, the stitches are going to be so perfect. It's going to come in the mail and I'm just going to ruin it because the stitches aren't going to be that good. But to be completely honest, I think I'm fine. The stitches aren't perfect, which is great because now I don't feel like I'm taking somebody else's work and completely ruining it because I'm a relatively new stitcher. I don't know what happened there and why that's here, but we can fix that. But yeah, so you can see here, I don't know if that was pets or what, but it doesn't look like it has any animal hair in it. The stitches do look quite packed in here. So I'm not sure what that's about. I feel like they, I don't know. It looks like they were using 2/1, as far as I can tell, which is probably why the stitches are so packed in here, because you can see like the wrinkled, and then even up here, like you can just tell that the stitches were very difficult to place at some point because of how tight it is. I have no idea what count this is. I am going to count it. It can't be more than an 18. It just, you can tell it's Aida, which is why I feel like it's an 18. And I don't know if this was already pre-gridded or if they did the lines because they don't go all the way down. And so I feel like they probably gridded it themselves. Looks like maybe with a pencil, which doesn't matter because you're not gonna be able to see any of it. So I'm kind of excited to pick up the work on this. And it also came with, from what I know, all of the floss. I wasn't paying attention if she made any comments about the floss, whether it might not have been the whole thing or if it's missing any, but none of it's on bobbins or anything. So it looks like either she used what was already here or was just working from the skein. Yeah, that's what this looks like she was just working from the skein. with what's here. And this looks probably like it's these colors here, this brown here in the building, 3857. So I'm pretty excited about this. And this is going to be a fun project to do. So this is going to go in my whips. I still need to purchase the chart, but that's not an issue. I'm just hoping they still have it. I'm pretty sure they do, because I want to say that I've seen that chart before. So, okay. Now, I ordered this from Stash and Loading, I'm pretty sure, and it was a Halloween needlework, cross stitch and needlework book. But this little house caught my eye because I love everything Halloween, and so I went ahead and bought it. I think it was only like $3 or something, which is relatively inexpensive. And so I just got it. Again, I purchased this before July, so I've actually had this for like 2 weeks here at home. I've been sitting on it, and I had purchased it probably like the 29th or the 30th. And it came in the first week of July, but after I already made my other Flosstube, and so, you know, it just sat waiting for the next right now. So that's that. Got that in. It's just, it does not count against my July. Something else I ordered at the end of June, again, doesn't count against my July, is this. I got this off of Mercari. It is called A Wizard and His Castle, excuse me, and it has 2 charts in it, obviously the wizard and the castle. And what I found most interesting about this was, not only is this in a booklet that has the wizard and his castle charts, but it came with a partially done canvas. So I dropped it on my floor right now, and yes, my floor has that much fur on it. This is done on Ada. I don't know if it came as a kit or what it was. It did not come with any of the floss, but it did come partially done as well, the castle. So you can see here that they started doing the castle. They have half stitches all the way around for the border, which, is it done in half stitches? Let me see, I didn't even check that. No, they're full crosses as far as I can tell. Let me see, it says basic cross stitches. Yeah, and that's full crosses. Embroidery stitches. I don't know what that means. Embroidery stitches. What are these lines? Oh, back stitching. Yeah, those are all back stitching. So yeah, I thought that was neat, and it didn't cost that much at all, like you would think it costs. I think people acquire these and just resell them just to make a little bit of profit, not realizing like how much time and effort actually goes into this. But I'm really excited about this. These stitches also look so good, you guys. Like, look at how nicely laid they are. There's still a ton of half stitches in here, and it doesn't, there's no half stitches in the chart. Oh, sorry guys. So this is the like edge, patio, whatever you might want to call it. Yeah, those are full crosses. They're just not complete. So those need to be done. I'm just hoping that the DMCs that I end up having to pick up with match what's here, or at least close to it, because I don't want to have it look funky. But isn't that neat? I didn't finish showing you guys the stitches either. Look at how nicely laid those stitches are. It just looks really nice. Very, very nice. Those greens, the yellows, even these half stitches look amazing. So this is going to also be very fun to do, and this is still going to count. And there's even a needle left on here, which I will probably throw, because I have something about using other people's needles. Oh yeah, oh no, the canvas is rusty because the needle's rusty. I will not use that. I am throwing that away. I have a thing about using other people's needles. So yeah, there it is. This will still count as a new start for me when I do get it, so it won't be like it obviously isn't going to be started in July because we're on a no buy, no start. So, but there is that. It is now in my possession and I'm very pleased with it. So Barbara Anna's Spellville part 3 came out. It is complete. And this is what it looks like. When it's completely done, it came out in 3 parts. So I'm very excited for this as well. This should be a quick stitch, but I don't know. It looks quick, but it might not be because I stitched light and I thought that was going to be a much quicker stitch than it was, but I did do it on 14 count. So that's part of the reason, but this is only part 3. So I have to put this with my other 2 parts. So isn't that gorgeous though? I just love Barbara Anna. I can't get over her stuff. So also I ordered this off of eBay. This is Marty Bell's The Abbey again. I ordered this in June. And so I'm gonna move you guys a little bit because I first saw this chart on Handwork Maniac and I absolutely loved it. I knew I had to get it. And at the time I didn't see it anywhere. You can go to Pegasus Publication, if I'm not mistaken, that's the website, and still order a lot of Marty Bell's charts. I say him because it's a cultural thing. Every person that I've ever met named Marty is a male. That doesn't mean that it is a male. So if I say him and it's not, I apologize. But then it also says Jeanette Cruz Designs. So I'm not 100% sure who designed this, but it says Marty Bell's The Abbey. But isn't it a gorgeous freaking house? You guys know I am obsessed with houses. And you know what's even funnier is that currently I have no house whips except for Emily's house on the go. And I have so many house designs, Debbie Patrick and everybody. Yeah, I haven't started any of the houses except for Emily's house. So this is what that looks like. Isn't it gorgeous though? And I think let me look at the background real quick because oh yeah. So the sky is all stitched and where's the key? The sky is all stitched in, it's just, is it a circle or a square? It's a tiny square, but I can't find. Whoa! Oh yeah, it's pale baby blue. You need 7 skeins of pale baby blue DMC 3841. I am not going to do that. I will probably stitch this on a piece of blue Aida, light blue Aida, which depending on the dimensions, I might do it on the 28 count even weave that Hobby Lobby has, if it's big enough, because that would be a perfect sky color, because I'm not gonna stitch that. I'll stitch the clouds and the house and then leave the blue to be. I think it'll give it a nice dimension as well. And then here's some other charts. I actually have, the other one I have is not on here, but I've showed it before in my last Flosstube, likely the one that I purchased from a local stitcher. I can't remember what it is. Oh, Hansel's Cottage is the one that I also have. That's a Marty Bell. So had to get this one too. Then, let me see. Oh, then I won an auction from Michelle Bendy. Is this the, yeah, this is it. I did win an auction from Michelle Bendy. And she sent me a cute little note. Don't you love her handwriting? I wish I could write that neat. So I won the auction for the, oh, it's stapled, Mirabilia. I don't remember what this one's called. You guys are probably screaming it at me already. It is stapled for some reason. Oh, Midsummer Night's Fairy. I won the auction for this and I got it. So isn't she gorgeous? She has been on my list of mirrors to get, and that's what she looks like, and it came with the bead pack. So that's exciting as well, that I ended up getting that. Then my, turn that over. Victoria Motto June set came in, my limited edition set of floss from Victoria Motto. I haven't upgraded my Victoria Motto yet because she's got a limited edition and a primitive edition, and I honestly, the past several months I've been looking. I think Annie from Joyfield Stitcher and somebody else. I can't recall who else it is, but they get both and they look so amazing. And I feel like the primitive ones scream at me more so than the limited edition, because the limited edition ones, I've gotten a ton of reds, a ton of yellows, a ton of greens, and I want other colors. And so I'm really considering bumping it up. Right now I kind of have a lot of subscriptions though, and I'm trying to cut back in some areas. Yesterday I canceled 2 subscriptions, actually 3 subscriptions that I was looking through my bank account and taking notes of what was coming out, and I canceled 3 things yesterday, and I feel like I need to cancel more. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So this month we got Dusty Green. This would make a good grass color, or even the Lindy Stitches thing that's going on right now for Onward Noble Steed. That would make a great alligator color. Hint of Brown. That's what that looks like. This is, I mean, all of these are gorgeous, don't get me wrong. They're all very gorgeous. Frosty Lemon. Light yellows. Pale Pumpkin. Love that name. I can't wait for fall, you guys. Fall is my jam. I hate summer. Prim Evergreen. This looks just like the green that I used in the light chart. I think it was called Monet Green. I'm not sure. And then we've got Red Currant. Again, gorgeous. And then the last thing that I got, I can't remember where I got this from. I think I got it off of Mercari, and it came ridiculously fast, is this book of Joan Elliott's Native American Cross Stitch. So this is my second Joan Elliott book, and I'm very excited to add it to my collection. I feel like you guys are crooked. If you are, I'm sorry if that's bothering anybody. I'll try to adjust it when I edit, but I'm not sure. I love Joan Elliott, you guys know that. And what drew me to this book is this cover image here. This gorgeous Native American woman. I have a whole new level of respect for Native Americans as a race, because a couple of years ago I had when I was still taking classes for my associate's degree, I had to pick an elective, and one of the electives that I picked was History 101. No, not History 101. That was a good class though too, but it was Western, what was it called? It was Western something history, and it was an amazing freaking class. And after that I took another history class. I don't remember the name of that one. It was early American history, and I took that after I took the History 101, which was the Western societies or something along those lines. And you guys, these history classes are unlike anything that I learned growing up in elementary school. I grew up in that era where it was Christopher Columbus discovered America and bam, new land. And we came here and built all this great stuff. I don't want to say we, because I'm Hispanic. My ancestors came from Mexico, so we were already here. But as far as the English are concerned, and I learned a whole new level of history that I was not taught in school. And I have a very huge, amplified level of respect that goes towards the Native Americans. And not only that, but their designing is just amazing in general. Like their beading and baskets and things that they've made as a culture and a society. If you don't know about it, I'm sorry if this is boring you and I'm rambling a lot, but I have a whole new level of respect for the Native American culture. And this design drew me to the book, obviously, but there's a lot of designs in here. So you do have some of these like kind of bell pull style ones with sayings. You have the top of like a drum or a basket here that looks absolutely gorgeous. Let me see if there's some other stuff in here that I can show you guys without here we go. We've got this Indian warrior. Look at, I just love the blankets. Aren't they just gorgeous? lots of back stitching in this one because of the feathers, that's completely okay. Those feathers are completely like, I don't know if you'd call it back stitching, but I don't know what that stitch is called. I'm sure it's called something. So let's see what else we've got in here. I don't want to show you so you have more of these. These are actually quite small. They don't look as big as, I mean, they're not as big as they look. They're 9. I'm not sure how much they're actually, because that's talking about the panel as a whole to put them together. So I'm not sure how big each individual one is. Let me show you some more. Here's some flowers. Desert flowers is what these are called, and it even has the names of the flower. You have blue flax, Indian blanket, desert, what does that say? Lupine, sand. I can't quite make that out because of the way the pillow's sitting. I can't quite. I can't show you guys the stitching. Oh, look at this too. This is freaking gorgeous. As we are each a thread in the web of life, strengthened by the promise of our dreams. Isn't this just beautiful though? This is definitely something that I'd like to stitch, and it honestly almost looks beaded, but it's not. And this does look like it has some krynic in it, or some kind of gold. Yeah, it's krynic, but you could use gold. DMC. Isn't that beautiful? That's one of the ones that I'd love to stitch along with a woman in the front. Okay, so as far as haul is concerned, that is all the haul that I have to show you guys as of today. Hopefully, I don't think I have much coming in, to be honest. I know I have my 3 All Threads order coming still. My Victorian Motto order is still coming for July. And then, oh, my Be Stitch Me order. That was my fabric of the month for July from Be Stitch Me. But I have an order that I placed in June for 2 pieces of custom. Not really custom, but they come from the section of her website that she dyes as ordered. One of them is going to be for Pandemic, and one of them, I can't recall which, but I wrote it down because I knew I would forget. And yeah, all right, you guys, that's it for the haul. I'll see you guys on the other side. My friend Amy, she doesn't have a Flosstube, but we met through Flosstube. She's absolutely wonderful. She gifted me the Woodland Creatures mystery cell from 4 boys and a NL girl, and that's kind of what the documents are looking like. It has the DMC list on here of what is going to start, and the first pattern has already been released partially. I don't know how much more like each one is going to be, but they're all smalls, and I think there's going to be 4. I'm not 100% sure, something along those lines. So there's that. So thank you, Amy, for that. I might reward myself with a new start and start it because they're small and we can use a bunch of smalls, right? I don't know. We'll see. So I was looking at my backed up files of Heaven and Earth Designs and realized that I haven't showed you guys all of my files, because when they have a sale, I tend to purchase, and then previously what I was doing was I was actually printing out the whole entire chart. So if it was 50 pages, usually if it was less than 50 pages, I would print the entire thing. And so some of my earlier purchases of Heaven and Earth Designs in my binder are the whole entire chart. And so when I was looking through my backed up files compared to what I have in my chart, or I mean in my binder, I realized that I missed some of the charts that I purchased that I didn't even haul or show you guys. And the reason I know that is because they weren't in my binder at all. And so typically I print everything out, put it aside, and then that's how I know what to show you guys, because I have a cubby here. You see how I have all these diamond paintings here? I have an empty one down here, and that's where I keep all of my haul stuff, and then I put it away after this video, obviously. So What I do with Heaven and Earth Designs is, since I no longer print the whole chart, since I have Pattern Keeper now, what I do is I only print, put some cardstock in my printer and I print just the cover page. And then the cover page goes into a sheet protector and it goes into my binder. And then that's the placeholder for me to know that I have this pattern. And then I have the whole file backed up in my email. And then I use Pattern Keeper to actually read the chart. Unless it's a small one, like Mini Heaven's window, I think it's 12 pages. If I needed to, or if I couldn't use Pattern Keeper for some reason, I could totally print that chart out and use that like that. And some of the other charts that I have too, there's full charts that I've printed that are like 50, 60 pages back in the beginning. I don't know what I was thinking. So the two that I didn't show you were Quick Stitch Moon Glow by Hannah Lynn. Again, these are all going to be Heaven and Earth Designs. It's so freaking cute, isn't it? She reminds me of Janessa. She reminds me of Janessa, and I kind of wish I would have gotten Janessa in a mini because they would have looked cute next to each other, or if they had her in a quick stitch, because this is only going to be 7 by 10. So, but she's beautiful. I absolutely love her. I love Hannah Lynn so much. And then I also got Egyptian Temple by Cairo Marchetti. So this is a little unusual, but I happen to be super obsessed with Egyptian stories and lore and all of that kind of thing. And so when I saw this one, it had been sitting in my wish list for some time, and then it was a 50% off sale. I went ahead and grabbed it because why not? She has 50% off sales regularly. I would say on average every single month she has a 50% off sale, and that is, you need to go. So aside from that, so recently Michelle from Heaven and Earth Designs, the owner, has been getting a lot of negative feedback because of an error that she made regarding the whole DMC 89 issue. I feel so bad for the girl. I cannot believe, like, people are just completely slamming her like that. So to kind of fix that and to offset the mistakes, you guys, I feel like you're just way too high. To kind of offset some of that, she has generously put up a ton of free charts. I've actually even missed a ton of free charts. I've taken to checking the Facebook group every single day now because I'm missing so many charts. And now that I'm checking it every day, I'm seeing all the ones that I'm missing. I'm screenshotting all of those because from my understanding, all of the free charts that she put up will be on the website at some point soon, but we don't know when. So that could be in a year, that could be in a month. We have no idea. So I'm just keeping an eye out because there's so freaking many that I want to get. One right here that I saw last night, I'll put a picture of it here. It is freaking beautiful. I don't know how I missed this. I don't know when it went up. Everybody's kind of like hush hush about it. And then I guess at some point she was allowing people to share them, and then she stopped that, and people seem to be really confused about whether they can share or not. So I say, if you're one of those people, I say just don't share it. Don't share it at all, and don't even worry about it. It's not worth getting in trouble or being banned from not being able to purchase their charts anymore, you know, just saying. So anyway, I downloaded every single free chart a couple, I think like 2 weekends ago. Every single free chart that she had, I downloaded all of them because you can't see, there's no preview of what they look like. So I downloaded them all, backed them up really quickly, and then went through them to decide which ones I wanted and which ones I didn't. I still have the other ones backed up just in case something, I don't know, people's tastes change. And so I figured, well, it can't hurt to just have them backed up anyway. So I printed out the ones that I thought that there was a possibility that I would stitch in the off chance I finish all the Heaven and Earth Designs charts that I have and I need extra. Just saying, you know. So the first one that I have is Escape to the Moon by Molly Harrison. It's so cute. I don't typically stitch things like this, but what got me was the colors. The colors are just freaking gorgeous. So it is a fairy sleeping on a dragon with the moon in the background. It's just, I love it. I think that this would be something that I stitch on fabric that's more close to this color instead of stitching the whole background. So there's that one. I also got, stuck together. Mini Night Cafe by Leonid Afremov, because I love his work. I already have the Anger one, Farewell to Anger. I already have that one, and I saw this one, and it's freaking stunning. I have a couple of them already. I think I have like 2 more saved in my wish list that I might get. She just finished a sale, but because her sale was at the end of July during my no buy, I, like a good girl, did not purchase anything, even though I was super tempted. If her sale would have continued until the 1st, I guarantee you last night I would have purchased a bunch, because my wish list, since after all of this stuff with all the fruit charts and finding out what I missed, I think I've got about at least 12 in my wish list right now. So Mini Night Cafe, it's like a street. You can see the trees and then the sidewalk and stuff. I love Leonid Afremov. Then I got Unicorn by Stephanie Pui Moonlaw. Don't come after me with the pitchforks if I'm saying that wrong. That's the artist. I don't even know if you can get these right now. Like I said, some of the free charts have been removed from the website completely, so you cannot even purchase them right now. And this is, you have like a peacock with a unicorn, and then there's a golden ring around them, and you have some other birds, some it kind of looks like they're underwater, but not at the same time. And it's just called Unicorn. So I got this. Again, the colors is what really drew me to this one. I don't know if I'd actually stitch this, but it's still within the realm of possibility. And if I did, honestly, I would cut out a lot of the background. I would probably cut out up until the unicorn's tail here, all of this and part of the top, and make it smaller, just because I feel like this is too much space of nothing kind of going on when all of the image is down here. So there's that. And then the last one, I have more in my email, but these are just the ones that I thought were leaning more towards the yes stitch instead of the maybe stitch. My printer has a hard time with dark colors, and so this one doesn't look as clear as some of the other photos. So when I'm editing this, if it doesn't look right, I'll put the digital picture over it. But this is At the Threshold of Oblivion by Chris Ortega. So that's what that looks like, and it's so freaking beautiful. I don't know why this is calling to me so much, but she's just there. Portrait of probably her lover in the background, and she has got a candle next to her, and there's a clock in the background, and she's got this gorgeous dress going down with the curtains. I don't know what it is about this that's calling my name, but it is, and I think it's beautiful. Normally I don't go for realistic people like this, but I love it. There's that. So that is all of the charts that I got from Heaven and Earth Designs. So moving on, Justin from Just Stitch Designs released a new, it's not new, this came out, there's probably going to be another one this coming week, because this has been like 2 weeks that he released the Wednesday room. That's what she looks like. And again, I have a new printer, this big box behind me, and it just doesn't print a lot of things nicely. But I didn't get it to print this kind of stuff nicely, if you know what I mean. So this is where we're currently at in the house. So we're still missing a room here, and we're still missing something, looks like something's gonna be here. So Wednesday is up here above Gomez, and then we're missing something here as well. And I don't know if he's gonna put anything here. It kind of looks like he is, but I'm not sure. Don't mind these lines. That's my printer. I don't know what its problem is. When it comes to printing on this type of paper anyway, it just does not like me. So that is that. You can purchase this on Etsy. There's also a Facebook group for that. My dog, man. I put them outside right before this video so I could film this video. They really love to come sit in here, and I don't know what it is. Especially when, so you guys, I always put you guys on my, I have a working table that's high. It stands, it's pretty high. It goes up to my waist, a little higher actually. I'm 5'2", but I got it so that I could use it to work, cut fabric. I have a fabric cutting board on top of it, and so it's counter height essentially. And I put it right in the center. So behind me, obviously I have my desk. I have this giant shelving unit for the diamond paintings. And then back behind you guys, I have a sewing table. And then on that side, I have my bookshelves. So essentially around this table is the walking path of the room. And they come, I have 2 German Shepherds, okay? Both of them come and lay on the floor, and I cannot freaking move. It is ridiculous. So now I'm training her to where she can't lay in here at all. The bigger one, he doesn't lay in here so much as often as her, but she's getting it, because now I just tell her out and she goes, because she knows she's not supposed to be laying in here. What are my cats doing? My orange cat, not the baby but the old one, has been sick lately, and I think I'm gonna have to take him to the vet tomorrow, because he's been throwing up a lot, and he's over there. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, so anyway, let me scoot over here to get the haul. Oh, we can't forget this. Okay, so my Classic Colorworks nest egg came totally off center, and there should be another one coming pretty soon here. We're still in the bees, so we've got Blacksmith Blue. This is from 3 Owl Threads. Every month you get a subscription. It's a floss subscription, and currently she does Classic Colorworks and the Gentle Art, and you get 10, 2, 4, 6, 8. You get 10 skeins every month for $23, and you get 10 skeins. And when I started, she was in the A's still. I don't know if I actually started at the beginning of the A's, but she was in the A's, and you start from the beginning of the alphabet and you go all the way down until essentially you get the whole collection. That's Trish from 3 Owl Threads is the one who does this, and there's a Google Doc somewhere that you sign up in order to get it, because I don't think she takes new people like every time somebody signs up. Whoops. So the next one is called Bunny Honey. It's a tan color. I don't know why. It's like a tannish gray. I don't know why it's called Bunny Honey. It doesn't really look like a bunny, but okay. This is called Blushing Beauty. So something happened where Blushing Beauty was labeled incorrectly, but I'm pretty sure mine is correct. So I didn't worry about it too much. We got Calico Kitty. So these are B's and C's. We're done with the B's. Black Coffee. I have some other ones of Black Coffee, so it's nice to have another one, because these are good colors to replace in the Monster House cells. I feel like the variegated thread makes a nicer border than solid 310. Almost Auburn. I think my husband's returning. Yep, he just pulled up. I could hear that car a mile away. Barn Door. It's my son's car. That has a gorgeous red. Almost looks like Calico Kitty, but lighter. Bing Cherry. Balsam Fir, which is a green. Oh yeah, you can see that pretty good. And Camouflage, which pretty accurate. So there is those. That is my Classic Colorworks set from July. Put those over there. Then I ordered some custom pieces of fabric from Be Stitch Me, and they brought food. I ordered these a while ago, and they just barely came in. One came in last week, and one came in like 2 weeks ago, maybe. But they took like a month before they shipped. Okay, so I ordered 2. I'll figure out how to open them. Custom dyed. They're not customs. It's just some of her colors aren't ready to ship, and you have to wait for her to dye them. And I think it's probably all the larger pieces. I'm not sure, because before I've gone on there and I've ordered normal cuts, like fat halves or eighths, is it? And they've come like normal time, but the bigger pieces I had to wait for her to die. So I got a half yard of Ice Queen in 32 count Joblin, which is the equivalent of 16 count. And I think I ordered this with the intentions of using it for, there's my cat, Pandemic. But look at that. That's, you guys, this is freaking huge. Pandemic was huge as well, and I don't know if it's actually gonna be this huge or if it was because it was an X size up in between what I needed. I'm gonna have to look, but I got this with the idea of stitching Pandemic on it. It's subtle, but you can still see it. I wanted that moody gray background, the ominous kind of, you know, storm cloud type of look, and I'm probably going to use that variegated DMC red that I showed you guys before. So that's what I got this first one for. Ooh. Again, I just love Joblin so much. And then I also purchased another half a yard of, but this one's 32 count Lugana. So the difference between Lugana and Joblin, Lugana is a little bit more stiff and tightly, a little more tighter packed than Joblin. Joblin's a little bit looser, but they're both versions of even weave, if I'm not mistaken. My hair is doing some stuff. This one I got in Shadow. Again, another half yard, so it's freaking gigantic. And I got this with the intentions of stitching Halloween at Hawthorne Hollow on it, except I don't know if this is too dark for Hawthorne Hollow, because Hawthorne Hollow has a lot of dark colors in it. And so I don't, this bottom is super dark, this part down here. And so I'm gonna have to look at the boxes and see placement wise where it's gonna go. Again, I don't think I needed a piece this big, but with her sizing, her normal size, which I think is roughly this size. What's the, her normal size is 18 by 21, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's smaller than this. It wasn't enough for Hawthorne Hollow, and so I decided to get the half yard. Again, I'm pretty sure I don't need the whole damn thing, but I'm gonna have to run measurements through again and see what I needed and what I don't. And that's the intent that I had on this, except this has a lot less orange than I was hoping for. You can see some of the orange here in the darker area, and that's like pretty much it. There's not really any other orange in the middle of the thing at all, none on this side. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look at it again and see. I hope, I want it to work because these are expensive and I specifically ordered it for that. And so I don't know. I just don't. We'll have to see how that goes. So that was my Stitch Me order. And then I will not be getting a, okay, hold on. I showed you guys my fabric of the month from July. I will not have a fabric of the month for June from Stitch Me because I canceled my order. I did that because my fabric bin is completely full. It's bursting, and I don't have the space to start a second fabric bin. As much as it sucks, I really did not want to cancel because I've been a part of her club for quite some time, longer than 6 months, but less than a year. And so I I just don't have any more room, and that's really the bottom line. And I really don't have the room to start another bin. I'm still kind of like playing with arrangements in here to utilize this space the best, and so it's one of those things. So another thing that we got is, so you guys know that I have the Harry Potter book covers chart from Fox and Teacup Designs. I have the standard version, which she had, I don't know if she has a mini, but I know she has a max. And the max, Erin 2 Martini Stitcher is doing the max, and it's just way too big. It's gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but I didn't want something that big. So I purchased a standard. I already have this. But, what is her name? I can't remember her name. It's in my email. Anywho, I still don't know how I feel about this. There's a lot of controversy going around about J.K. Rowling and her stance on transgender and LGBTQ+, and I still don't know how I feel about it. I feel like she went about it all wrong. I'm not going to get into it, but the lady who owns Fox and Teacup Designs is offering new charts of the Harry Potter book covers chart that she did without J.K. Rowling's name on it. And Rowling, however you say it, I still don't know how I feel about this, because I fully believe in crediting the author's work, and I grew up on Harry Potter, and I don't know, I can't move away from the entire Harry Potter series as a whole, but I can safely say that I will no longer be supporting Harry Potter commercially. That means like purchasing Harry Potter items from Walmart, purchasing Harry Potter licensed stuff from like Joann's, Fabric, things like that. I cannot support her at this time. That might change, but it's very difficult for those of us who grew up on Harry Potter to move completely away from it. There's somebody that I watch on YouTube. His name's The Potter Collector, and I really want to ask him like how he feels about JK, but at the same time I don't. If you don't know who he is, I suggest you go look him up. But I feel like silencing the issue is not the answer. So anyway, I haven't started this chart, but I went ahead and had her email me the copy without her name on it, just in case, because I still don't know how I feel about it. She is offering this recharted version free if you already purchased the original chart. So, it's not an issue. And they've taken to calling her Voldemort, which I thought was freaking hilarious. And she's got a little note on here that says, in protest of the author's disgusting view regarding trans rights, a new version of this pattern has been made available with her name removed. Trans women are women. So I don't know. That's that. I honestly am just like dumbfounded. And my Hogwarts cup, I think I bought this at Walmart months ago before all of this happened. But you will still see Harry Potter themed stuff on here, but that's because I'm supporting small businesses and I'm not supporting J.K. Rowling herself. So the last part of this haul was an order from, my first order from Abby Top Knot Stitcher. And she packaged it very, very, very well. And what I ordered from her was these awesome freaking needle minders. And I actually ordered 2 more from her last night. She just got the most unique needle minders that you just don't see anywhere else. They are a little pricey. I I think the ones I bought last night, one was $7 and one was $9. They're a little pricey, but they're very unique. You're not going to find them anywhere else. There's no price on these. But I bought these two, like, doorway. I think they're called vintage door. Creepy Crypt is what they're called. Needle minders. And I got these two. She had several at this point, but when I was on, I got these a while back, her website last night, ordering the other needle minders that she just released, I didn't see these on there anymore. That's not to say that they weren't. I was just having a really hard time navigating the website. So now that I have these, showed you guys these, I can take them off and put them, almost lost them in my collection. So those are really cute. I thought they were going to be bigger, and I'm really glad that they're not. They're still smaller than my hand, but they're still good size. This wouldn't work for stitching in hand, I don't think. Well, I mean, I guess it could, but they're kind of big. But they're not heavy enough that you can't use them without it, like, interfering with the fabric. I don't know what I'm talking about, obviously. Okay. And then I had a finish. We had a finish. If you guys follow me on Instagram, a lot of you do, you would have seen this already. I finished Barbara Anna Designs Light. I don't know why I didn't go in the middle of this fabric, because what am I going to do with the rest of this? And this is a piece of 28 count bone linen from D-Stash, and it's horrid. I did not enjoy stitching on this at all. I probably could have finished it a lot faster if I would have stitched it on Ada, but it's freaking stunning. I'm gonna put the conversion, I think I'm gonna make a Google Doc. Actually, what's going on in my hair? I think I'm gonna make a Google Doc with conversions. It's gonna be completely empty except for this one for now until I get more stuff done. But I converted this, so the greenery at the top, these leaves I changed. So the leaves should have been 3768 Storm Gray DMC, and I used Monet from Victorian Motto for the dark one, and then for the light one you were supposed to use 926 Gray Green, and I used 561 DMC for this one right here because I didn't have the colors that she asked for, and so I swapped them out, and it gave me a perfect excuse to use a Victorian Motto anyway. And I love stitching with Victorian Motto's floss. Victorian Motto and Color and Cotton are not Color and Cotton, I always do that. Victorian Motto and Classic Colorworks are my favorite right now. And then you were supposed to use DMC 5 light driftwood for the inside of, was it the, no, for the outside of the stars here. All the outsides here, it's like that tanny gray color. It was supposed to be DMC 5. I didn't have that, and so I replaced it with DMC 642. And then her dress was supposed to be DMC 9. Again, I didn't have it, and I replaced it with DMC 3781 right there. So one of the things I hate about linen is how gappy it is. You can see, because that's just the way linen is. Like, my stitches, I'm so proud of my stitches on this, you guys. And linen is not the best for, what's it called? The sewing method. You really want to stitch each individual stitch, because you can tell here my stitches are normal, and then I have like this messed up stitch right there where I did a sewing method stitch, and they just come out really stupid on linen. I don't know why. I'm really proud of my lamp too. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? So that's my finish. At this For this year, we're at 3 finishes because I've got this one, and I finished the indoors chart, the SpongeBob playing on indoors from, I can't remember who. The Barbara one was also free from COVID. I think it's still free, I'm not 100% sure, but that one's free. And then I finished a diamond painting in January. I finished, what was it called? Heart of the Tree by Josephine Wall. So that is all the bulk of the Flosstube. The other thing that I did do is I did finish a book. I finished this book called The Wives from Taryn Fisher. I'm actually gonna send this one to my mom because it was really freaking good and not at all like I thought it was gonna be. It's so good. So it's about a man who sees 3 different women, and he is legally married to one and dates the other 2, and it's some kind of like weird polygamy setup, but it's got a very shocking twist at the end, towards the end. The first half of the book it's good, but the second half of the book is like mind-blowing. So if you read, this is a thriller, so I'd highly suggest reading that. I'm gonna send that to my mom. I don't know if she's gonna like it, but I think she might. She mostly likes like detective murder mystery. Nobody dies in this one, I don't think, and so I'm not 100% sure it's up her alley, but we'll make do. And then I'm gonna have a giveaway because I haven't had a giveaway in a long time, and I still have the giveaway stuff from last time, so don't mind that. I will send them out, I promise. This is beginning to be customary where I film this video over multiple days. So I actually did my hair today. Okay, giveaway. We're gonna give away a couple of things. Okay, so the first thing is gonna be Patriotic Medley. We're gonna give away this. There's 2 charts in here. This is by Misty Hill Studio. One says Of Thee I Sing, and the other says Sweet Freedom's Song. And that is what it looks like. So I know that it is past the 4th of July, but that's okay because people stitch shit all year long, and I don't think it matters. So just tell me you want to stitch the patriotic one. That is how you spell it, in case you don't know how. Then I'm also going to give away this Jan Lynn kit, which is called Lion, and it's this kit of a lion, and it comes with everything you need. It hasn't been opened. All of the flosses in here, you do have to sort the floss yourself, which I am not a big fan of, but I know there's people who can do it with no issues. It is bunched up into 3 different things, so maybe it tells you, I don't know. I can't see any of the directions because they're behind the Ada, but this comes with 14 count Ada. It comes with the floss, the needle, the chart, instructions in 3 different languages. And yeah, so just say that you want to stitch the lion. That is what he looks like. Then I also have, I've had this for a very long time. This was one of the first cross stitch things that I ever hauled, and I found this at the thrift store. I don't think it was open. I think I opened this. I'm not sure. But it is a partial, and it is this partial of a horse, and it is by Near North Treasures collection, and you can tell that they were originally sold at Hobby Lobby for $22.32. I purchased it for $2.99. It is a partial, so you can see here, this is all the floss, so you know that I don't believe you stitched the background. You stitch part of the background and the horse's mane and some stuff on his. So all of these markings you stitch, and then a good chunk of the background, but not all of it. And then up here on the horse too. And there is some metallic floss in here too. So just say you want to stitch the horse. And then we'll draw the winners on my next Flosstube. And then the grand finale, we're gonna give away a Blackbird Designs Cats on Parade. You guys, this is one of my favorite ones. I haven't done it yet. have a copy for myself. And it's just so cute. And it gives you instructions on how to finish it. Like this. And also like this. And like this. And she's got some pictures. Let me see if I can show you without showing the chart. There we go. See? There's some pictures here of how to do the top. There's also a thing here for measuring. It's a template to measure the drum, at least the circles. So that's what that looks like. And just say you want to stitch the cats. Amy, I already know that you're probably going to be entering this one. And, oh, I have one more. I was also going to give away this summer camp pattern by Stitch Toolbox. You guys saw me haul this several weeks ago when I unboxed my Stitch Toolbox project bag. This is where I got this from. So this is what it looks like right here. It's just not my jam. So I've been holding on to it for a giveaway. So that's what that looks like. It says summer camp. It's got one of those Airstreams, a picnic table, a campfire, a tent. Is that a fishing pole? Looks like it. Yeah, it's a fishing pole holding a fish that you can't quite oh yeah, you can't even see the fish at all because of the fabrics on gray. So yeah, just say you want to stitch the camping or camp. I'll look for the word camp on this one. So there you guys go. Oh, it's 5 things. Just say the keywords on there so that you can be entered to win those, and I will draw a winner sometime between now and the next, not now, but by the next Flosstube. I usually do it the day I film the Flosstube or after I film the Flosstube, because sometimes I forget. It is what it is. Alright, you guys, that is it. This video is freaking long. I hope you guys stuck through to it, which is why I made the giveaway so big, because the haul was so big. I'll catch you guys in the next one.